Did you have fun?
I had a wonderful time.
Did you learn anything?
I did. I
Good,
did.
good.
Quite a bit. Quite a bit. I need to.
Recording
Ladies
in
and gentlemen, my name
progress.
is Chris Collier, your host of Conquer with Chris, a podcast you don't want to miss. I have a great guest today. I have the wealthy trainer, Marc Lalonde. Marc, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Chris.
Well, Marc, let the people know where you're from and a little bit about you.
A little bit or a lot?
Just a little bit.
Long, medium, or short version?
Super short.
Okay.
We'll get to the medium version in a minute.
I'm from Ottawa, Canada. I was a computer programmer all my life. Got into MLM in 2014. Got into online marketing in 2015. Got into crypto in 2020. Now I'm back in MLM. Short enough?
That's wonderful. I've known Marc now for a little while, and I've seen some of his adventures and some of his not so adventurous things that he's been through. He has a great story, and I hope it'll encourage some of you who are just starting out to get to where you want to go in life. Marc, let's hear your story so we can help the people and get some of the character traits that help you succeed and overcome some of the obstacles you had to overcome.
Absolutely, Chris. It's funny for me because my journey is kind of a series of failures, but with every failure, I made some money. And I'm extremely frugal. A lot of people don't know that. I don't own any property. I don't own any vehicles. I've always paid like rent wherever I was. So what's really interesting about my story now is that I had to revise it because the last time I did my story was quite a few years ago. And so much has been updated near the end where my real big successes were financially speaking. And the funniest thing, Chris, is that I did a full circle. So I started in MLM in 2014. MLM, network marketing, direct sales. For those of you who don't know, I used to sell protein shakes and build sales teams. In 2014, I heard about that, like through Amway, things like that. But once I really looked at it and the numbers, I said, I can recruit people and get paid off them and get paid off them. It felt like an illegal thing a little bit. I'm like, I am so all in. I talk to everyone. I talk to probably 30 people a day, but in person. That was Visalis. Do you remember Body by Vi, Chris? Yeah? That's where I started in that journey, but I was still working as a computer consultant. It took me 1 year to quit my job because I was making 100 grand. In a 1 year period, 10 grand a month in MLM. I was making about 250 in computers, but I didn't like working. So I kind of took the gamble. I kind of did a trade-off. Even if I wasn't making the same amount, it was more than enough for me to live off of. I had saved up 120 grand in cash from my computer career, so I said, I'm all in. 2015, quit my job. From there were struggles. It was still work because I was approaching people live, like in person, vitamin aisles, harassing people, well, basically going out and about, literally downtown, with samples in my satchel and pitching people like cold. It was pretty crazy, but my work was crazy. So it's like, do I go crazy here or do I go crazy there?
That's a phenomenal statement. I think I remember hearing someone said, I can't remember who said it. I want to give them credit, but oh well. They said your job is hard and the business is hard. Choose your hard, right?
Bingo. So I mean, I got a thick skin pretty quick. The more you get rejected, the easier it becomes. And then it's just, Jim Rohn says, if you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. And once you nail that ratio for yourself, that's colossal information. You're like, okay, so if I get 9 no's, there's going to be someone signing up. Well, shit, I'm going to talk to 30 people today. I'll get 3 signups. And once you know that ratio, you kind of, you want to get the no's out of the way. When you get a no, you're like, good, because I need you to get my yes. if 3 people say yes in a row, you're like, oh shit, I got to go through 30 no's now. It's the law of averages, right? And that ratio sticks pretty accurately. So then I joined, as you know, you're in MLSP, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 2015. Some of you may know Ray Higdon. You know Ray Higdon, obviously. He was the guy I followed online for network marketing tips on how to recruit people, how to build teams. And in one of his videos, he said MLSP. He just said it. He goes, I learned all my marketing through MLSP. So I just paused the video. I researched MLSP. It was hard to find, actually, because I had to rewind it. I looked up MSRP, and then when I found MLSP, I had no idea what it was. And I said, success leaves clues. If Ray Higdon went there, I'm going there. So I had no sponsor, nothing. I just went off right from the website. I think it was a mastery membership, $150 a month, something like that. I joined in 2015. That changed my life. That changed my life. I started online marketing. I started doing content, videos. This was not easy for me. What we're doing right here, absolutely, it's not easy for anyone. The majority of people, this is hard. So being able to do that, generating leads, I got up to 100 leads a day, which I learned how to do pretty much from MLSP. From there, started creating my own products in 2016. I'm going to go year by year pretty quick, okay, Chris, so people get a feel for it. 2016, I created my own course. It was a Twitter course. That thing,
I remember that one.
Twitter lead machine. Did you get?
Yep.
You were in it?
Yep.
Oh my God, Chris, that was crazy because I made a.
Let me stop you for a second here, Marc.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look at you and I don't envy your success, but I say, why haven't I hit yet? I want to talk to the people watching this. The reason why I haven't done as well as Marc is because I got into Twitter lead machine and I played with it. The thing's called, it's either called network marketing or you got to work some marketing. You got to, whether it be network or affiliate marketing, there's some work involved. I want to tell the people, you got to work at your discipline, work at your craft, work at your skill. And like he said, if you do it often enough, you get a ratio. If you don't do it often enough, all you're going to have is failure. Because people see your inconsistency and they look at you and say, they're playing. So back to 2016, you launched Twitter Lead Machine.
Yeah.
I know it was a success because I remember how you lit up. I mean, you blew up.
Bro, I don't think I can talk. If I talk to anyone, even on LinkedIn last night, they're like, yeah, I bought your Twitter course years ago. It was fantastic. And I'm like, you bought my Twitter course? It's like everyone had purchased that thing. It was unbelievable. That thing in 1 year, it made $2.5 million, bud. In 1 year, just that course. And I wasn't even, I was doing PayPal payments. I don't know if you remember, I had affiliates going, and I'd wake up in the morning and I was paying affiliates, for almost a whole year. It was absolutely bananas. So that's when I realized course creation, it's amazing because I could be teaching you something here or I could be teaching it at scale, right? And I learned a lot through that. I won't go through it, but I guess because people watching, I want them to understand there's a reason why I spun back into MLM. Because after TLM, I went into absolute beast mode, Chris. I wasn't sleeping. I had burnt out a couple of times. I was in 16-hour days. I had opened up an online university, Branding YOUniversity. Massive failure that I don't like to talk about. If you have any questions why it failed massively, we can get into that. But I also, what did I do? I joined 5 MLMs, 6 MLMs in that period of time. There was Servia, there was Ukaya, there was Lavelle. I had just joined, quit. I created some courses like Funnelist Funnels, trying to get them offhand here, Immortal Content. I created some courses that were within the university. Just really quickly, a couple of reasons why the university failed for me was because we were getting about 250 free affiliates per day signing up. So the growth was there, but the money wasn't. because my time was spent doing affiliate managing, and the courses were included with a monthly membership. What I found was, for those of you watching, creating a course, a standalone course, kind of like I did later with Octo Content Model, which is my next journey. I'm going to go super quick because this may not be relevant to a lot of people that are not course creators, but creating a quality course and selling the course itself, that's where the money was. But in those 2 years, I still made quite a few 7 figures because I kept grinding. And as I joined MLMs, I always signed up and ranked up and did another one ranked up. So it was dreadful, but because I'm frugal, I just stacked the cash, right? Just kept stacking the cash. November 2020, everything changed for me financially by an absolute fluke. I did something that, don't do this. Everyone watching, don't do this, specifically not today, and I did not know what I was doing. People say you create your own luck, right? This time, it was luck. It's literally, this was not, I didn't create this. I knew a lot of people in the crypto space. And I knew of like Bitcoin billionaires, and I'm like, I did not understand crypto. I wanted nothing to do with it. I wanted to create courses. Someone coaxed me into buying some Ethereum in November 2020. Ethereum is a coin. Don't do it, guys. I'm just telling you my story here. In November 2020, I bought 2,000 Ethereum. 2,000 Ethereum at $395. In February 14th, 2021, 4 months later, I sold them for $1,800. And then I got hooked on crypto because I made like $3 million clean in 4 months, which was a mistake. I could have made a lot more, but I could not believe it. It's kind of like if you're at the casino and you're up and you're on a roll and you stop while you're on the roll and take the money and run, right? So I did that, and that's when I said I can retire. I had enough money to retire. That would be March 2021, because it wasn't about residual income at that point, Chris. I don't know if you noticed, I just disappeared. I go, I'm done. It's because the money... well, the thing is it had nothing to do with the residual income that made me secure. The money I had accumulated, what I had done is I had split it up into 50 years. I'm about to be 50 in 15 days. So I figured if I live till 100, if I split that up in years per month, literally no investment, if I just withdraw a certain amount per month, and I'm like, I can't even spend that per month if I tried that number. So I'm like, so whatever I do, I have to really like or enjoy, or there's got to be a massive financial upside to what I'm going to do next. March 20, the certificates up there. March 2021, I joined a new network marketing company that I'm proud to say I'm still in today, and I'm not leaving. And I did it for my health. I did it to fix myself because I damaged myself pretty badly along the way. And here I am today. I'm in the stem cell business, as you already know. And I'm just enjoying it. And just to close up my whole story pretty much, I'm so pumped up about where I am today. Is it because it's specifically fun? Not as much as something else. The money. The upside potential of creating a distribution channel in network marketing with the product. That's why I'm there. A lot of money potential. And that's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
Well, I want to say something. It's funny. I think you also, like, I've known you for a while. I was part of the university that failed. What I would say is, and I remember when you were closing it down, you said you're going to close it down temporary and reload it another time. Yeah. I remember your main concern then, and I think it still is now, the people who were with you, we weren't making as much money as you thought we'd make. People were getting the free memberships, and they weren't doing a whole lot of upgrading and stuff as much as we thought. So I think the failure wasn't just the money you were making, and it wasn't spent as fast as you thought. but the other people weren't making their money. And I felt like you felt that pressure. And I want to say this to you, as somebody who's been around you, you always create high-level products
Thank you.
that are overvalued and underpriced.
Thank you.
Every time you create a product thus far. And I have to say, the university wasn't really a failure. It was just a failure to provide income for others, right? But I gained I can't speak for anyone else, but I gained a whole lot of knowledge and thought process. My last coach even told me, you're great at all this stuff, creating funnels and doing this and that and the other. Your problem is the basics, getting out and interacting with people. Because I'm really, to be honest, I'm a hybrid, right? I'm an introvert, extrovert. So I like my time by myself. I don't need a whole lot of family and friends around. I love them. I like to see them when it's time, but then when it's not time, I shut everything down, and I can do it from my my man cave, right? But your university was a success because I believe you impacted people. I think about all the people that were part of that group, all the people were impacted. The thing is if they learned anything, then it was success. It may not have been a success like you'd like to be a success, but I think it was a success in that way.
Well, would you like to know the real success of Branding University? And I'm going to give it to you right now.
Sure.
For free. Opening your own school is so freaking profitable. What killed it was the free affiliate program. If I didn't have affiliates and I was just selling Twitter lead me, look at social media as the new Hollywood. That's a school I run now. 0 affiliates? How much does that make per year? Well, right here. 2.2 million per year because that's what that generates today. By the way, that's just my little side income. But seriously, this is important, guys. I'll give you the little recipe if you ever want to create 3 courses. You want to open up a university? Would you like to know in 1 minute what to do?
Go ahead.
Number 1, thinkific.com. Perfect site to host your courses. Don't do the affiliates. You'll get caught up. That's my humble, experienced opinion. Just sell quality courses at discounted price through automated webinars and paid ads. You know what I'm saying? That's the way to do it, in my opinion.
Marc, there's someone out there, maybe they are a course creator, maybe they are an influencer, maybe they are a marketer. How do you know that your course is quality? Because there's a lot of people out there, and I'm not saying it has to be perfect, because Lord knows, your courses were great, but there was some stuff in there you gotta go through, right? So here's the thing: is I'm not looking to have to be perfect, but how do you know their quality? Because someone like me, I want to make sure their people are getting the value that they're paying for.
Yeah, that's a simple one, and this is missing in the industry. You got to get results, and you got to prove your results when you create the course. When I create a course, when I created my TikTok course, it's 460 grand I made so far. So far, it's running on a funnel. But my TikTok course, I had no idea how to use TikTok, but I knew TikTok was the shit right now. I got to create a course. I'm not going to teach how to make videos. I wanted results. Number 1, what do people want? If you're not answering that question, I wanted to show people how to use TikTok, how to make quality videos. They didn't want that. I started using TikTok. You know what they wanted? Followers. And in my head, I'm like, followers don't matter. But it doesn't matter what I care. It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what they want. You want that? Okay, now I had to figure out how to get followers. That took me a year, bro, to figure that out. So before I do a course, I have to get results. So I figured out how to get 1,000 followers per day, legit. 10,000 followers in 10 days. Then I'm like, there we go. And now I got something. It's a no-brainer because people ask for that. I figured it out. Put in the legwork. I put in a year, bro, figuring out TikTok. Then once I had it, there we go. That's how I know to create a quality course on what to create. You know what I'm saying?
That is great. That's great information. And here's a question for you. I'm kind of put you on the spot for a second. What is your, if you think of your favorite quote? Do you have a favorite quote?
Oh boy, yes, yes. I have a few. One of them is because I have people problem. I have a people problem. You probably know this. You probably hear me kind of hint at it. Like I don't want to go to live events. I'd rather not talk to anyone when I can create a funnel. I've had people problems, and I think one of the quotes that's helped me the most with that is, everyone is going through something that you know nothing about. Always be kind. And now when I get bad service at Starbucks, I actually am compassionate. Now, does it help the situation? Well, no, the situation will be the same, but it helps me. So instead of walking out there and being, I'm like, poor person probably having troubles at home, even if they are an arse, maybe they are, but because I tell myself that, it helps me look at the world in a completely different way. I think that's probably my favorite quote right now. It's actually, everyone is going through something that you know nothing about. Always be kind. Unknown.
That's a great one. That's a great one. I think that's something that we could all do, even if, and I would especially think in like, I know you're in Canada and you're my neighbor to the north. I'm originally from Michigan. So I say a lot of times, especially in the heated climate of the political scene here in the States, we don't have to agree, but we can still be kind to each other. Yeah. Where can people find you, Marc?
TheWealthyTrainer.com.
Yes, sir. That's where they can find you. Any last words for the people?
Yeah. If you want to get freedom and build wealth, after everything you've heard here today, the easiest, most effective way for someone to not, without experience, to not only build wealth, early wealth, because when you have money, you could do stuff with that money. Because first, oh, I just saw the time. We got a few more minutes, eh? Network marketing. Network marketing is that's how I made my first 10 grand a month with zero experience. Why do you think I'm here today after all my trials and tribulations? It's simple. It's simple. You're going to have to sell something if you want to start a business. You exchange something for money. Services, time for money. I'm not a big fan of that, unless it's at scale and automated. But when it comes to products, good products, that works. But because of network marketing's multi-level approach, that you build sales teams and train those sales teams, you could literally take yourself, which is what I'm working on. You'll probably be a clone of me, Chris. When I can get my hands on someone and duplicate myself, that's the gold. So that's what I would recommend to anyone, is to look for a good network marketing company to at least make your first 100K a year. Because once you free your mind, the creativity could begin. It's so hard, Chris, to be creative when you got bills to pay, or you have to show up at work. I know I don't sound like arrogant or anything, but it's a fact. It frees up your mind.
Because when you have a job and you have responsibilities, and you wake up at 3:30 in the morning, tossing and turning, worried about how you're going to pay the bill, or is this person going to show up for work, or whatever the case may be, you're not focused on your dream and your process of achieving it. Your focus is separated. And watch this. You only can have one vision. When you have more than one, it's called division. That's why people aren't successful, because they have more than one. One vision. You're trying to help someone else out with their vision because you're an employee. And you're trying to reach yours because you're an entrepreneur or a thought leader or influencer. You can't do both.
Yeah.
I'm preaching to myself right now. So,
well, you'll get there, bro. We're working together, so you'll get there.
So, anything else you want to add?
That's about it. Well, maybe one more quick one. You're going to have to go through the suck before it gets pretty. There's no way around it. You can't just get a tip and succeed. So when you start sucking at it, be aware that you're going somewhere where most people are not willing to go. You're in rarefied air now. If you get shut down 100 times in a week, be proud of that. You have to go through that before you get to the promised land. I could leave it at that.
Yeah, yep. There's a scripture that says, man sharpens man as iron sharpens iron. If you could talk to those two pieces of iron rubbing together, you'd be like, man, get that piece of iron away from me. We know that diamonds created through immense pressure of coal. Something that's kind of worthless becomes something kind of expensive. If people don't want pressure, but guess what? That pressure makes you into, and what's funny is a lot of times the highest rank in any company is a diamond. Or a double diamond or a triple diamond, depending on what company you're in.
Yeah.
So it's funny that the highest ranks are always diamonds.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Well, my name's been Chris Collier, Conquer with Chris, a podcast you don't want to miss. My guest has been Marc Lalonde, the Wealthy Trainer. You can reach him at The Wealthy Trainer, www.thewealthytrainer.com. And once again, you can reach me on YouTube and Facebook primarily right now, and conquerwithchris.com. Thank you so much. Have a great day.